Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are here with my friend Elizabeth. She's going to introduce herself in a few moments. My name is Wilmer Top, and we are going to talk about this situation that we have all around the world, I mean the pandemic. So she's going to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about this too. So welcome.
Thank you. So my name is Elizabeth, and I am currently here in Guatemala. I've been here for 2 years now, full-time, working at a Christian school here in Guatemala. And I met Wilmer about 6 months ago at an English academy and through church. And so now I'm here doing this video with him.
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. So we have some questions to ask her. So the first question is, do you feel safe living here in Guatemala?
Honestly, yes. Because here in Guatemala, I think that they're taking like more measures to deal with the pandemic, and it's not just like a joke. I feel like a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people in the United States are taking this not as seriously as they should. But here in Guatemala, I feel like everybody is taking the measures that they need to be able to deal with this. So as far as feeling safe and everything, yeah.
Thank you. When have you thought to return to your country?
I was actually supposed to leave in a couple of days on May the 2nd and go back for a couple of weeks just to see my family, but I actually now am not able to do that. I had to cancel my trip, which was sad. But yeah, I was supposed to leave May the 2nd, but now I have no idea when I'll go home.
Yes, because as you know, here in Guatemala, all the borders are closed.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth is living here alone. I mean that her family is in the United States, but she is here alone. So what's your experience here living alone without your family?
I was fine before, but now being that they're in the situation in the United States, my mom works at a hospital and my sister works at a pharmacy, and being that they're having to work and not knowing like if they'll be okay is kind of scary, and it's a weird situation not being able to be there with them. But I mean, I'm thankful for technology where I can talk to them every day and be able to video chat with them.
That's right. What did you learn through this pandemic?
Honestly and truthfully, I think it's the value of your family and what they actually mean. Because I feel like a lot of times, I don't want to say not in your culture, I feel like the families are more united and things like that. But in the United States, it's kind of like everybody does their own thing. But really realizing like the importance of your family, the importance of being there with your family. And also that if you're like dreaming about doing something or you're wanting to do something, that you should go ahead and do it and not wait for like a specific moment to do that, because who knows if that moment will ever come. So do things like now, take initiative and do them now, and don't wait for a specific time, or don't wait. Because a lot of people are saying like, if I have money, or if I have this, or if I have that, but if you're waiting for that moment may not ever come.
Good, thank you. Okay, so Elizabeth told us a few moments that she is here working as a missionary. And I have a question about this. So as a missionary, what is the most difficult thing living in a different culture in a different country?
Number one, it's all about, I think, number one, before anything else, the language. Because what I learned in the United States, you guys say different here. And then you have your slang like we do in the United States, but it's all different. So you have to adapt to that first. But secondly, even if you know the language, because I knew the language before I came here, but you have the slang, but then also there's jokes that you say that have a lot, not only to do with the language, but the culture in which you live in. So your culture says a lot about the jokes that you make. So somebody who doesn't understand all of the culture sometimes doesn't understand the jokes. Yeah. I think that's the main thing, and then like just the culture in and of itself, like what's acceptable here, what's not, and things like that. I know a big deal for, not so much for me because I had learned it, but just as like someone from the United States, how you greet each other here is a lot different from how we greet everybody in the United States. And just like the things like that of learning what's acceptable, how to speak to people here, what's not acceptable. But through time you learn.
Okay,
And I'm still learning.
Okay, good. And what about the food?
The food, honestly, some of it has been a problem. The nasty atol look it up for people that don't know.
We love atol.
Yes. But as far as like a lot of the food, at first it was kind of difficult because being like my stomach's not used to the food here, so sometimes you would get sick. But I'm a person who, I always say, if I die, I'll die eating. So for me, it's like I want to try the food. I want to try what you eat and stuff like that. Street food, yes, even though they tell me not to eat it.
Okay. Okay, so we have the last question. The last question is, we're living an important moment in the war. In the future, what are you going to remember first about this important moment?
The first, honestly, I was thinking about it at my house here the other day. That it's crazy because I've always read about like pandemics before that have happened or learned about it in history class, but now like I'm living through one. So it's crazy just to think of like how for so many years it was just history, like, oh my gosh, these people like they had to deal with that, but now I'm living through this. I think remembering that, but then remembering hopefully like we never forget what we learned from this time, because I feel like a lot of times when people are going through like a difficult situation, they always say, oh, we need to remember this, we need to remember this, but when everything's back to normal, that's the first thing that they forget. So just hope that we don't forget what we learned from here, and that I was in Guatemala when it all happened.
Good. To finish this video, can you please tell us about the rules that the government gave us in this difficult moment? For example, to use the mask and things like that?
Okay, so for here in Guatemala, you have to, now whenever you leave your house, you have to have a mask at all times. Wilmer was saying that if you don't wear a mask, it's around $1,000 that you have to pay. Also, our stay-at-home order is from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. You cannot leave whatsoever, only in emergencies. The restaurants are closed, but the restaurants here are a little different than they are in the States, because in the States you just drive through. Here there's no such thing, where we are, in the capital, yeah. But here, so they have home deliveries like they do in the States, but everything's to go. Oh, and then the distance of how far away, it's about 6 feet, how it is in the United States. And yeah, those are the 3 main things that I think are.
Okay. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you are okay in your house. And we hope that maybe this is going to finish in, we don't know exactly, but stay at home and be safe. Do you want to say something to finish this?
Just thank you guys for watching, and like Wilmer said, I hope that you're safe there wherever you are, and I'll be able to come and see everyone that watches this video soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.